Look at that. What lace? What lace? Hello lovelies, welcome back. Today is day 10 of 14 days of a Teezy Valentine, and today we are going to be remaking this wig that I look like a serial killer in, and we're going to make it look fabuloso. So, you know, it's thick, it's shiny, it's a lot of work, but we gonna get it done, okay? So what I'm first going to do is that I'm going to wash the wig off camera just to kind of, I feel like washing wigs kind of restart and give new life to wigs, especially to synthetic wigs. So I'm going to do that off camera first, and then I'll be right back. So now this is the wig air drying. I'm going to leave it air drying for about like 30 minutes. Like, luckily synthetic wigs actually take like little to no time to air dry. So, you know, once it air dries, we're going to, you know, start working on her. So I'm taking my pins and I'm just going to actually not pin at the edge of the lace, because if you poke a hole through the edge of the lace, then that's going to look bad, and that's a whole other problem. All right, I'm back. I changed. I know you guys are tired of seeing this shirt, but it's comfortable. So anyway, after 9 million years, I'm finally going to pin this wig to this wig head. So anyway, like I said, I'm not going to pin on the edge of the lace because I already cut it. So you don't want that to happen. So I'm pinning like behind, pretty much like about an inch from where I cut the lace. Because if you have a hole there, it's a little bit easier to hide rather than having a hole right where you want to glue your wig down. Now it's pinned to the wig head. As you can see, it's kind of looking crazy. So we are going to fix that. First, we're going to flatten the wig out just to get rid of the bulk and get rid of like the thickness, because it's just a little bit too much. Like the thickness, you can tell that it is just synthetic. And I'm the type of person that it's not whether or not like the wig looks like your hair or a weave, it's whether or not it just looks good. It doesn't have to look like it's growing from your scalp, but it just has to look good. It can't look busted. It can't look like a $5 wig. So I got my steamer. It's a really nice one. And I am going to turn it on and then pretty much steam the wig from the bottom up. So here I'm just showing the difference between the wig being steamed out and not being steamed out, and you can tell it's a definite difference that makes the wig look that much better. So this is what she looks like for right now. You know, she's way flatter than before, like, because I just, you know, kind of focus more on the lace and tend to that, cut it and then just put it on. But now I really want to make it and make her beautiful. Taking the Detox Dry Shampoo from Drybar, and I'm just going to spray that. There we go. It's helping a lot more in person. It's adding like a softness to the hair as well. But this is just naturally like a really shiny wig. I also might take some baby powder as well. It's like helping a little bit. See, it's like not as like beamy up Scotty shiny as it was before, but it's still like really, really shiny. So because she wants to still be shiny, I'm taking baby powder and putting it in my brush, and we're just gonna comb that through because she's not really participating right now. And it helps like a tad, Like, this is just a really, really shiny wig. So, yeah, so we're just going to take off at least some of the shine. Because homegirl just is shiny AF and she doesn't want to change that. So I'm taking my wig and I'm going to clean the lace actually right now. So I'm actually going to take some clips and clip this hair back. Because no matter what, I just don't want to get out the way. As you can tell, there's some gel, you know, all over the lace. And also I only colored it up to here. And actually you need to color like the whole part of the lace so that when you part it, it still looks like your color. And so I'm going to also do that. So first I'm going to clean the lace. So I'm taking a cup, plastic cup, and putting some alcohol in there. Rubbing alcohol. Just to be, well, just to clarify. But then I'm taking a toothbrush, pretty much dipping it in the alcohol. And then I'm just going to scrub until all of it comes off. Like literally like that. And it does start to come off. You'll see like stuff like this when the foundation, because it mixes with the gel, that you'll start to see that kind of pierce through the hair. I'm actually going to get a paper towel just to take care of that because I don't want a hair with root. Okay, so I'm taking the paper towel and just kind of wiping it off. We might have to like clean that off a little bit later. Let's see. Yeah, that helps for now. Because usually it doesn't happen that much when I clean my lace and also put the foundation there. But for some reason it's happening now with this wig because I'm filming. It's just great. So, we're taking off pretty much all of the gel that was left from when I last wore it. And so now we're just going to color, you know, this part of the lace so that when I part it, it's going to look like my scalp. So I'm taking like a little plastic container that I have and my foundation. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation. Just in case you're wondering, this is $3.35. I use drugstore foundation because it's cheaper essentially, and like I just buy it specifically for my wigs. I still use it, but I have one separate one specifically for my wigs. All right, so I kind of just dab it into the foundation and dab it on the back of my hand because you just don't want too much. And so then you just kind of lightly just start applying the foundation, and don't worry about coverage. Worry more about just putting down the first layer. Just more so just, you know, coloring the lace in general. I never really had a problem with doing this method of tinting my lace. Like, you know, it doesn't wash out super easy. Like, you probably have to like really scrub with some alcohol and really, you know, focus on washing the lace in order to really like get it out. Like it's not easy to get out. That part is done. So it's just a very, very light layer, but you can already tell the difference. So then we're going to take our hairspray. I have the John Freida Frizz Ease Moisture Barrier Firm Hold Hairspray. And I'm just going to shake it. And I'm going to spray that way because my camera is right in front of me. And I don't want any hairspray on my camera. So just very lightly. You don't want like a bunch of hairspray. And then you're just going to let it dry and then repeat the process 2 more times. Alright, so don't mind my backdrop, okay? Because I had to take it down for the hair. Because the hair is pink, the backdrop's pink. They're like almost the same color. So I had to take it down. So don't mind it. So I'm going to put the hair on. I have my wig cap on. But, you know, this is like lazy. I'm not going to lay it down just yet. I'm just like putting it on just to see where everything is. Alright, so. Boom. This is what the hair looks like on me. It's very interesting. Let me see. And so I brought all the hair to the front and I'm just combing it right now. I mean brushing it, because this is a brush, but yeah, brushing it through. And look at that difference. It's just uncanny right now. And that's the thing, because this hair is so thick, it gets tangled super duper quick. That's what we're gonna do, is thin out the hair. I am taking my scissors, these are thinning shears, and I am going to take some hair on the inside first. Okay, like this. And then I'm gonna take my thinning shears. I learned this from Miss Chrissy J on YouTube, but you just, oh shoot, let me put this in the back. Then you just cut. 1, 2, 3. And you see all the hair that's coming out right now? It's a lot. I'm gonna comb it through just to see if there's any more hair that needs, yes. There's some more hair, there's always more hair to come out. This is all the hair that didn't fall on the floor. So we're gonna do that to like almost the whole wig. So I'm gonna do this again one more time. 1, 2, 3. And then you just comb your fingers through. You can use the actual comb if you want to, and just pull all that hair out. All of this needs to be thinned out pretty much. So we are going to work until we thin out the whole wig. I keep looking that way because my viewfinder is there, so I really apologize in advance. So you see kind of how like these ends are they're like a little bit fuzzy. Like it's kind of hard to see on camera, but they're like a little bit fuzzy. So I'm just going to use the razor comb that I have just to thin it out like a tad as well. So you can kind of see the difference now. Like it's not as fuzzy. I'm still gonna thin it out a little bit more. It's just the ends of hair just like aren't thick like that. So hopefully I don't have uneven layers. That would suck. But yeah, it looks a lot better right now. Yeah, and this hair is just really, really thick in general. So we'll be losing like a lot of hair. So it's kind of already looking a tad bit better if you want to compare the two sides. Like you can tell a difference, and really just don't be afraid to cut the hair. Because for me, I remember like in the beginning of me doing my wigs for the first time, and like I just really was afraid of thinning out the hair like too much. But I think it takes a really long time in order to thin out the hair. But to the point that, you know, it's just like you can tell. And like I just always check to see how the hair looks. It pretty much almost is fine. Because it definitely feels better in the back though. I'm going to work on this side and I will get back to you. By the way, before I start, this is all the hair I took out for, you know, the first side. That's a lot of hair. And that's not all of it because a whole bunch fell on the floor, so. Yeah, so that is it for really thinning out the hair for right now. I am going to cut a little bit of layers. I'm taking my hairdressing scissors and just like the front piece, just like that much. And pretty much like there are fuzzy ends like right here. And so I'm just going to cut downward from there. Making sure that it kind of frames my face because I don't want it to start like right here. So I'm going to start probably like right here. Taking it, holding it with 2 fingers and then kind of pointing really like at a really, really strict angle and then just kind of like opening and closing my scissors, slowly cutting, oops, as I move down the hair. Just make sure that it's not like a super jagged, super straight line. That's just how you cut layers, and it kind of looks a little bit better actually. I will cut the layer on the other side. I'm not a professional hairdresser. I never went to hair cutting school. This is just how I do it. So I'm going to try to match it on the other side. But I'm not sure how that's going to go. So yeah, I'll start a little bit lower. Just to make sure, because over here is a little bit lower anyway. But oops, I started too far up. But yep, that's how it looks. So now down to the part. The part is very interesting. I kind of like to flip my hair over this way. Of course, the hair doesn't want to do it. You can either steam it, or what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to use like the handle of the brush and put it underneath. Then I'm going to take my hairspray and like literally just like spray it and then hold it for about 10 seconds. And then just kind of pat, and then my other mirror that I have on the table is not doing its job. So I brought my new mirror, which you'll get a video of very, very soon. I kind of messed up a little bit. This is kind of coming towards my face, which is also really cute if you're into that. But I kind of want it to flip, so I'm going to comb it that way. I'm going to hairspray it so it goes that way instead of like in front of my face. Yeah, that's like a little bit better. So the last part of this thing is cutting the baby hairs. I know it took a long time to get to this point, but we're getting to this point. So we're gonna cut the baby hairs. I usually don't do this like at all because I'm not like a super like structured baby hair person. I just want a little bit of hair to cover the lace and kind of to look natural. I want it to look like natural baby hair. So what I'm gonna do is kind of push the hair back and then kind of take like the first couple of rows of strands of hair. So like that's one that pretty much as thick as this. And just carefully select them. Then I'm gonna push that back. I'm going to take my razor comb and pretty much cut them about 1 inch like that. So I got an eyebrow razor because my razor comb pretty much quit on me. So I'm gonna use that to cut my baby hairs instead. Done like that. Boom. Baby hair. Just like I'm really happy. I should have did this like a long time ago. So yeah, that is pretty much it. This is the wig. The baby hairs are not laid yet, so I'll probably go and do myself up, change out of me being like super covered in hair, and I will be right back. So this is the finished look. This is the finished wig. The wig looks great. I'm sorry for the background. I had to film a makeup tutorial, so the background had to be up. With the wig, it's just like the ends are still really, really thick. Like, look. And so I still have to thin it out for pretty much 2 inches from the tips, like a lot. And it's still really frizzy, and it came that way. And the shine. I used baby powder. I used dry shampoo. I didn't use the dryer sheets. If those two didn't work, then the dryer sheets probably wouldn't work either. So, you know, just the shine just stays. It just doesn't want to go anywhere, you know, acts like it pays rent. But other than that, I love the color of the hair. I love this, like the feeling of the hair. The feeling of the hair, it is synthetic, but it doesn't like feel like super crazy. Also, I laid my lace down real quick. You can't even see where my lace is at, which is good. I'm like really proud of myself for that, because that's always been a problem for me, is melting the lace. And I think the biggest part was just finding the right foundation color to work with, because the key is that I have to bronze my forehead, just extra kind of sort of, in order to match my foundation shade, because I think the foundation oxidizes on the lace or something like that. I don't know, but it just wasn't matching, and today it matches. And you know, the wig, I didn't pluck the wig at all because I'm afraid to poke holes in it. I've done it before. It's so frustrating, so I just couldn't. But like the wig came pretty much like pretty decent. Like, you know, you can kind of tell it's fake, but people who aren't into like, you know, beauty and wigs and stuff like that probably would think it's real. That's my goal. It's like people who don't know anything, I want them to think that this is my hair. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what other colors, wig colors you want me to do, and also whether you want it to be synthetic or real human hair. Please subscribe to my channel. You know, just hit the button down below, help a sister out, you know, stick around for a while to see what else I got in store. Okay, and that concludes day 10 of 14 days of a Teezy Valentine. We have 4 days left. Stick around, find out what day is, and if you haven't watched days 1 through 9, please go back and see them. Anyway, please continue to love yourself and love, just do it. Just hug yourself. Just hug yourself. Just make yourself feel good. Okay, before I get militant about self-love, I will see y'all later. Mwah.